that works. Says I'm streaming. I'm not sure. Let's go to my creator dashboard. See what the hell that is. Okay, you're live. It says I'm live. Let's take a look at my screen. Sick. Doing it. Okay, technically this is my first official art stream. I created this probably like 6 years ago and just never streamed because I didn't have the tech for it. But now I'm set up. I actually started streaming games. My bitrate is so shitty right now. I started streaming Nintendo games, and I figured since I have the tech for that, I might as well actually stream what I do, which is art. And so here I am. We're basically, it says I'm unstable. It's probably shitty, but I'm not going to worry about it because I just want to get this done and get the practice, and it'll just be on YouTube later. So most likely you're watching on YouTube anyway. But today we're just going to design my layout. The same kind of method that I used in a very similar style that I used for my video game stream. Basically the same kind of layout. I'm just like switching the colors a little bit and doing a little bit more specific. So I'm designing a layout or an overlay for specifically designing on the iPad. So I don't really have a ton of details yet, but the only difference is that the screen size is going to be different. So you can kind of see here, that's the window for my screen, and it's sized to my iPad. And then of course over here we have what will be my webcam chat, which it's set up to a similar dimension right now. You can kind of see my face in this box. So if you take, this overlay that I'm designing and superimpose it onto what you're seeing now, that's basically what it's going to be. It's going to look a lot prettier than just this black outline. So this is not what I'm going to be doing most of the time, but I'm setting this overlay up because I do a lot of mural designs, and so this is the overlay that I will use for those mural design live streams, because I figure that'll be a good time to stream is when I'm just sitting here at my desk designing murals, and I can kind of talk about what I'm thinking, and maybe that's interesting, and can just host people and we can chat it up. You guys can give me suggestions and all that jazz. And then eventually I am going to have my streaming set up with my painting studio set up. So like my easel, I'll do like smaller scale acrylic paintings on canvas, and maybe even some mini paintings. Again, it's been a while since I've done some mini paintings, but anyway, I'm probably not going to do a whole lot of chatting because I'm actually watching this video that I have through my headphone. If anybody comes in the chat, I might talk, but I'm going to try and keep this stream simple and actually just design this, and maybe I'll speak up if necessary. But feel free to chat it up if you come in here. Oops. Doing the airbrush. Just messing with some colors here. Smoothing some shit out. I think that looks pretty good. It's basically the same thing as my gaming one, but a little bit different colors. We're going for like a rusty theme. So I'm going to bring this, kind of the frame that we have on the chat, I'm going to bring that kind of around these other screens and see what it looks like. Use this lighter color. And I'm going to choose the acrylic wet brush because that's thematic. We're going to do a lot of acrylic painting on this channel. I'm just trying to make it loose and seem hand done. That's the goal here. I see a lot of people with like really tech themed overlays or like even like manga themed overlays, and I don't have anything against that, obviously, but I want myself to stand out. It was funny, I was on a live stream of my video games the other day, and I had a guy come in and try and sell me his services of like design and like basically to improve the look of my channel. And I was like, dude, I'm just getting started. Plus, I already made my own custom overlay. Like, I've already done that, what you're offering, and I don't need that right now. I have like 8 followers at the time. I had like 5 followers or less. I was like, dog, I'm not, like, I'm in no position to pay for a service. It's not that I don't think that his skills would be worthy of that, of his price that he was asking for, but I'm just not in that spot. Like, maybe if I get a following later, I would consider it. Just kind of like implementing my style of drawing and painting so it's cohesive and stylistic, if you will. Adding some little dates, some little flourishes, some little you know what I'm saying? You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. You know what it is. What? You know what it is. You know what it is. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to call that iPad frame. There you go. Now we're going to do the frame for the webcam for my lovely little face. like taking the edge off of those sharp corners. That's what I like. Really adds to that. Hand-drawn effect. And this is just, it's just how I draw. You know what I mean? Like, you find your style of drawing by just drawing more. And this is just how I move my Apple Pencil onto my iPad. This is the iPad Pro 13-inch M1 model. It's the first release of the M1 model of iPad. And I think it was a good choice. People were skeptical of the smaller iPad. Like, my friends were like, don't you want a bigger one? And I'm like, no, I like the portability of this one. And I appreciate that portability much more than I need that. Because, I mean, like, my hand's only this big, and I'm mostly drawing with my wrist. And, like, this is plenty big for that. I don't need the big screen. The file sizes are basically the same. I don't know if that's actually true, but... Yep, just noodling around, noodling, doodling, smack it up and poodling. I'm watching a video by How About Them Chiefs. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, so you know I'm a Chiefs fan. I've been a Chiefs fan my whole life. I've dealt with their shitty seasons and their inability to win the playoffs, so to all you haters out there, keep on hating. Get used to it. It's not stopping anytime soon. We are in the golden era, and I am soaking it in, baby. Soaking it in. Boy, it's fun to watch these guys play. But anyway, HBTC, How About Those Chiefs, is a channel. He just like gives us news updates of everything Chiefs. Been following through the off season and now into training camp, and we got the preseason starting on Saturday this weekend. So. Yep. So far, I'm not loving this one compared to my gaming one, but let's, maybe I should go ahead and do the branding at the bottom. Because, like, my background, just sheep. Sheep staring at you. It's kind of what it's like to get on Facebook nowadays. Sheep. Oh, we got a viewer. Hello. Hi, Scourger. I don't know if you're still in here or if I've just been ignoring you. Sorry, bud. Hello. Hello. Whoa, it signed me out. The F? Signed me out. That's a bummer. Maybe I just gotta do it on Twitch. Hello. log in. Here we go. I'm sure they already left, but shoot, sorry, bud. SMS code is sending it to my text massage. 77 24 38. Okay, well, blew my opportunity to gain a follower there. Sorry, Scourger. Shout out if you ever see this on YouTube. Sorry about that. Okay, back to live action here. What was I doing? Oh, I was gonna get my logo on here. Logo. Gonna share that with my iPad. So this isn't very exciting content, but now why isn't my laptop charging? I've got the fucking... I don't know. I'm like maxing out my port thing here. Okay, there's my logo. Let's go ahead and... No, stop it. No, stop. I want to copy. Here we go. Copy. Paste. Paste, you little pasty boy. Paste it on there, you little pasty boy. Now that's not very big. So what I might do is just select out I like that green though. I like that green and the orange. That's pretty nice. Should I have it bleed over that border? Is that cool? I mean, I think that's pretty dope. I just want it to be as big as possible, so maybe if I put a little background to it. that's pretty cool. It's pretty rad. So I need to subtract out. I need to. What's going on here? Why? I might have to quit because my laptop's gonna die. And I can't plug it in because all my ports are full. I have one port free in my fucking dock thing. Oh, hi. What's up, Greg? What up, Greg? Rahawana Music? Oh, you're a musician, huh? What do you do? What do you play? What's your instrument of choice? I love music. Greggy boy. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch my second monitor over to my main monitor. I'm going to unplug, play keyboard, and I'm a media composer. Media composer, what does that even mean? Obviously I know what a keyboard is, and fantastic instrument. I wish I could play keyboard because it's very versatile. My MacBook died. That was awkward. I was like right in the middle talking to Greg. Shoot. It's not good. It's not what you want. It's not what you want when you're trying to live stream. So let's see if we can get this back going on. And no, I'm not Leprechaun Elf. Stop. I guess we'll just hop back on. Start streaming again. I totally, I don't know what I'm doing with my setup yet because I have like all the ports I need, but my dock for all my USB-C ports and whatnot, it doesn't always read my inputs. So I'm like trying to have my iPad plugged in at the same time. Now it says I'm offline even though my OBS is streaming. But maybe now let's try to start streaming. Let's see if that did anything. Stream manager. It says I'm still offline. So what the F? What the F? What the F? Now I'm live. Okay, cool. Okay, well, sorry to Greg that I lost you in the chat. I hope you come back again soon so we can chat about music and your career, because that sounded interesting. I was looking forward to having that conversation, but I don't have my shit together. But now I do. I have my power source plugged in. I just lost my second monitor display. So basically what I'm doing now, I'm just going to keep talking to myself until somebody else comes in here, and we're just going to upload this to YouTube later and hopefully learn from our mistake. Basically, I'm going into my layers, and I am subtracting the background behind these screens. So I selected it. Now I'm going to go cut and paste, remove that. So now It's hey, you're back. Welcome back to you, Greg. Sorry about that. My MacBook died. I was just saying how I have the dock that connects all the different ports into my laptop. So I have my iPad, got my power supply, and I've got my like Elgato because I do video game streaming as well. And I just have everything hooked up to that, which I would prefer to leave it that way. Everything hooked up through that dock, so I don't have to like unplug stuff and plug stuff back in every time I change the stream format. But anyway, we're just rocking with what we got for now. So welcome back. I'm glad that you returned. You were saying that you do media composition. So you do like scores for video games, TVs, films. You do like it's like digital music composition. I'm guessing. So do you make like? Okay, cool. Interesting. So what software do you use? Do you use like Logic or Apple Loops or? Okay, you Ghostwriter. Interesting. I feel like that field is blowing up. Like everybody needs ghostwriting. I feel like I could probably use it at some point. I just am not geared up for that right now. What do you, when you're ghostwriting, is that separate from your media composition? Ableton? Okay, I'm guessing Pro Tools is something you got to pay for. So you're just like waiting until you have a monetary return on that, maybe? That sucks. That's what's shitty about ghostwriting. Yeah. I hate that because that's literally the hard part. Like, that's what's, keeping me from doing any sort of writing, content, whatever, is like the actual writing part. It's crazy that it can be done, like that people can hire ghostwriters. I mean, I'm glad it is because it allows you to make money, I'm guessing. Um, it's just like a trade-off because you'd like to have that credit and be able to build a brand. But who do you ghostwrite for? Like video content producers? Apparently I'm not very good at multitasking. Okay, so I need to select automatic, do that, select that, go to the background, hold down that, cut and paste. Now I will subtract, wait, how about delete that? Now cut and paste. What the fuck? Okay, yeah. I totally get that. It probably feels gross. Yeah, I get that you can't say who it's for because that would kind of maybe tarnish their reputation, I'm guessing, which sucks. But I won't tell anyone. I'm just kidding. I don't want to pressure you. That's awkward. That's okay. That's what was happening. I was on the wrong layer. Cut and paste. Now, I should just be able to subtract those. There. Now we have empty windows. So there's our overlay with the windows cut out. And now I just have to write my name on the bottom. And we should be good to go. We should be good to go. I am going to go into the chat font and switch it to the same color as this. So what brings you to an art channel? You just are you like multitasking and just letting something on the background, or What inspired you to click on this channel? Maybe you're designing your own overlay for your own channel. Maybe you're just trying to learn more. Yeah, it's really soothing to watch people draw. I mean, I like to do it as well. That's actually what got me into content creation, is just seeing other people do it. And I'm like, well, if I like watching other people draw, then surely somebody's going to want to watch me draw. And this is kind of just like multitasking. Like, I would be doing this on my own anyway, but it makes it a lot more fun when you're here. What did you draw? Did you like drawing like cartoons, like manga, or did you like to draw stuff from real life, like sketching and stuff like that? Comic book style? Okay. What comic books were you into? Were you into like the Marvel stuff or something more obscure? DC, yeah. The classics. I was never really into the comics as a kid. I appreciate them now, like any graphic novel type stuff now I really appreciate, but I was never into it when I was a kid. What made you stop? You stopped drawing. I guess maybe you just pushed more towards music? Yeah. Literally, that's like the same story of me, except reverse. I grew up doing musical theater, so like music and acting and performing was my main squeeze since I was like 3. And then in high school, I mean, I always drew. I was always doing that in like art class and stuff, and like I had a knack for it. But then when I was in high school, I had some paid opportunities that just came up, and I was able to make money just sitting in art class. And I was like, well, maybe this is what I should do. I was only really doing the theater because my family did it, so I was like, not obligation. It was just like I was kind of association. That's why I was in it, but um, then I just started doing art. And like music is hard. It relies on more like musical theater, particularly. It relies on a production, so you have to have like a whole crew of people, and you have to like receive their approval in order to even get an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like you have to be cast in a show and you have to like fit the role. Whereas like art was way more entrepreneurial. Like I could just like sit in isolation and create something and then just sell directly to people, and it didn't take as many people giving me approval. I could just like, as long as I had enough people to buy my art or sell to clients directly, I could make a living off of it. So it was more attractive than the rigorous network and whatever in theater. Um, it's just like a whole thing. I'm sure you probably know. I mean, it's kind of similar with music. Like the industry of it is just kind of a beast. I'm sure. I don't really know much about the music industry because I never really branched into it, other than like I was in an a cappella group in college, so I do sing, um, and I love it. I mean, I have more fun singing than I do painting or drawing, but it's just harder to make money off of that, you know? I'm sure you know. It's kind of a vicious. And I was actually, do you know who John Bellion is? He's kind of like a pop music producer. I watched an interview with him. Check him out. He's honestly behind a lot of popular music. I mean, he's written a lot of songs for Justin Bieber, Rihanna, um, Eminem. He's written a lot of like um, Jason Derulo stuff. Hyper pop. It's like ultra pop. But he's really good at what he does, and he had an interview on a podcast that kind of exposed like Live Nation and the corruptness of the music industry, and it made me kind of open my eyes of like, holy shit, this is rough. So yeah, to get yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I mean, obviously, like becoming known translates to influence, and influence translates to access and opportunity and more eyes on your stuff, or more ears in your case. Just kind of gives you more opportunity to monetize and support yourself. So like, I can't lie and say I don't want influence, because I think it can just give me a more of a capability of making an impact in the world. But there's like the dark side of that too, of like it can boost your ego in all the wrong ways and kind of lead you away from the pure essence of the art form. So I think it's kind of like you gotta find that balance. Um, but yeah, I get you. I think you're in the right place if you enjoy doing it. And that's all we can really ask for is sustaining our lifestyles and putting food on the table. That's really what it's about. And I am grateful for having been able to do that so far. I don't really know what else I want to do. So yeah, check out John Belly, and I'll write it in the chat so you can. I think it's like this. I mean, only if you really like pop music, because obviously he's ultra pop, and like some of his own music is really good, but it's maybe not as good as, the Bieber songs and stuff. Like he wrote "Holy," Justin Bieber "Holy," which is a bop. Love that song. I am a sucker for the ultra pop music. I know it just relies on some simple gimmicks and stuff, but it works on me. I don't like those little things I just did. Maybe we'll just keep it simple. I don't know. What do you think? It doesn't really need to be any more detailed than that, because I don't want to like distract from the actual art that I'm creating. So I might just leave it at that. And this is just like my iPad designing overlay. So I'll probably have like a slightly different one for when I actually get into like live painting, which I plan to do as well. I might actually do it this afternoon. Think it looks good? Cool. Thanks. I think it's pretty on brand. Got the logo, got my name so you know you're at. I see people that put like a bunch of different windows and stuff for like call to action buttons, or like highlighting like recent subs, recent follows, and whatever, but I just don't want to like bog down the imagery. I want it to be clean, nice, and simple, so it can just be about the art. So do you see how it's going to overlay? It's going to be like the chat. You can kind of see it on my stream here. You can just like blow it up and overlay. I might be able to do it so you can see it. Let me go to Streamlabs. Stream Elements, rather. See if I remember how to do this. Actually, no, I just have to export. Yeah. Okay. Share PNG to my MacBook. And let's see. I'm going to say iPad overlay. I'm going to put that in my hard drive. Sorry, this is not exciting content, but I'm here. I am here. Going to OBS. I'm like just learning how to do all this stuff, so I don't quite know what I'm doing. iPad overlay. Image file, browse. appreciate you joining. This is like my first stream for my art channel ever, so welcome aboard. There will never be another first viewer. It's you, baby. It's you, Greg. You're the one. Okay, let's see how that looks. I gotta adjust some of my windows here. Shrink that down. Something like that. It's gonna be like Inception here. Webcam. That's good enough for now. Let's go into my chat. Oh, that's not gonna work. I gotta resize that. I can at least get it to fit for now. Oh, no. That's awkward. I wish I could. This is what I have to go into stream elements for. You're a pretty big guy? I'm not that big. I think I have a small head, so it makes the rest of my body look big. But I do work out. I'm actually about to go work out here in like 15 minutes. It's hard, man. You gotta eat a lot to keep muscle mass on, but I think it's worth it because metabolic health relies on your lean muscle mass. And I'm really into health. I really like working out for my mental health. I will say that you're probably lucky that you're skinny as opposed to being fat. Just because, you know, you want to have muscle, but at least being skinny, you're not a burden to sit by on a plane. That sounds really insensitive. I'm not fat phobic. I'm not trying to shame fat people at all. I'm not trying to be a dick, but that's just kind of the nature of things, unfortunately. So, you know, be grateful for where you're at. You know, it could be worse. And, you know, clothes probably fit you better. You can wear large clothes and small clothes as opposed to somebody who's a large individual and can't fit into small clothes, you know? So, but I don't know if you're looking for advice. I don't know like what your diet is, but I've done a lot of research in nutrition and stuff, and I think it's all about protein and making sure that you get your macros right. So if you don't know what macros are, it's like carbs, protein, fat. Those are the three macros. The typical suggestion is matching your body weight or your ideal body weight. So say you're like 120, but you want to be 140. You want to get closer to 140 grams of protein per day. It's just like a 1-to-1 ratio. And that's not exact. Everybody's different. That's just kind of like the general rule of thumb. Where are you at? Do you do pounds? Are you in the U.S.? I'm in the U.S. You might be doing kilos. I think the kilos is like 1 point. France. Yeah, I don't know what the conversion to kilos is. I think it's like 2.2 kilos per pound. Or, I'm sorry, 2.2 pounds per kilo. So whatever that equates to, maybe just look that up. But if you can translate it to pounds, it's like a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you want to get all those grams of protein, which is a lot. That's a lot of protein. That's hard to get unless you're trying. And it's hard to do without eating animal products. So I don't know if you're like vegetarian or vegan. There's ways to do it. It's just like getting plant-based proteins that have the complete amino acid profile. That's what you want because those are like the most readily absorbed protein molecules. You eat meat? Okay, good. That's a little bit easier. I recommend red meat. I recommend grass-fed beef when you can. It's a little more expensive. If you're on a budget, you're balling on a budget, you can go with conventional beef. That's fine. It's still better than like plant-based proteins. But if you have the budget, grass-fed meat has more of a balance of those amino acids and also the omega-6 and omega-3 ratios. This is getting like really heady really quick. There's a lot of information, but if you want to just keep it simple, eat more meat. I eat mostly meat. I'm actually on like a carnivore diet, which sounds kind of crazy, but I started doing it for autoimmune issues. I had hypothyroid, and I actually lost a lot of weight. I got really skinny. My base weight's probably 155. I'm probably it's actually 150, but I'm probably like 155 right now. But I was like 135. I was like 20 pounds lighter at that point, and most of that was like muscle mass that I had lost by following more of like a plant-based diet. So I just started upping my meat intake and actually stopped eating a lot of veg and fruit. I stopped eating processed food altogether. Processed food is like anything in a box or a bag, like ultra processed food. Obviously, like steak is processed because it's chopped up from the animal, so everything's technically processed. But I would focus on getting a lot of meat. I probably eat close to 2 pounds of meat a day, which is like a cow and a half a year, and that's a lot. But that's what gives me. So like a pound of ground beef has like 80 grams of protein. So if I'm going to get my 155 grams of protein in it a day, I'm going to need almost 2 pounds of meat, and that's what I do. So if you want more information on that, you can go on YouTube and just search carnivore diet. I'm not trying to tell you what to do at all, but if you're trying to bulk up, do resistant training. Even if you don't want to go to the gym and spend money on a gym membership, you can do like push-ups, pull-ups. Caesar Salad, what's up? Welcome, boss. How you doing? You guys both have the same icon, 2003. We were just talking about the carnivore diet, and your name is Caesar Salad, so I hope you're not offended. I hope that you're not like a vegetarian and coming into the worst conversation. We're just talking about bulking up and building muscle mass on this art channel, random, and how to gain lean mass. And the answer is to get more protein and to do resistance training. I also recommend sprint training. That's the best exercise format to build or to stimulate human growth hormone, which is really good for stimulating muscle growth. It's like 10x that of cardio, just like distance running, if you do sprint training, because it activates every muscle in your body. And it kind of puts your body in a situation where it has to generate those human growth hormones naturally to repair. And you don't have to do a lot of it. Okay, yeah, I mean, fair enough. Yeah, and that's why I'm not like, I won't ever like tell anybody what to eat or make them feel bad about their choices. Like I always say to even to vegans, which like the difference of vegan and vegetarian is like vegans are more like ethical based, like they're doing that for ethical reasons, and I totally get that because it is like a weird thing to be like an animal that eats other animals. It's certainly, I'm not void of that moral dilemma. I just have like rationalized it somehow that like we're the apex predator, and I mean I found my own relief in my own symptoms of health. I love Caesar salad too. And you can bulk up by being vegan or vegetarian. You can. It's true. I just think it's easier to do it with animal products for all the reasons I said before. It's just like a more complete protein source. But like you can totally, if you want to eat like legumes, like beans have pretty decent, lentils have a pretty decent protein content. So, not that Caesar salad's even asking. Health advice. He came to this drawing channel. He's like, "What the hell are you guys talking about?" So sorry. Yeah, no, I feel like that. I totally get that. Like source, like the meat. Um, I think that's like a thing of like conditioning your gut biome. Because like when I started doing the carnivore diet, um, I definitely had issues with like nausea. Because it's just like a lot of fat that's like heavy. Um, it's really heavy on your gut if you're not used to it. But it did get better over time, and now I can put away. I do like one meal a day right now, so I'll eat all of my food for the day in one sitting, and that's crazy because that's like almost 2 pounds of meat. And before I couldn't even eat a pound of meat without getting sick, but now it's awesome. It's like actually really fun. So we don't have to talk about it. We kind of got to the point that we needed to talk about me and Greg, so Caesar salad. We can talk about something else if you want to. I do enjoy a nice big salad. I just don't do it very often because I don't do well with fiber. Um, yeah, fiber screws up my colon. It's rough for me. Oh, okay. What's the game you're playing, Caesar? What game? What characters of what game? Thanks for joining me on this rather boring sketch. I might have to admit. We're just designing the overlay that you're actually seeing. I'm kind of like updating it as we go. Actually, I'll hop over to my mural design. Let's make it a little more exciting because that's actually what I need to be doing right now. That overlay was kind of just um, procrastination. This is a mural I'm designing for this big wall here in Kansas. So I got this like little Highland cow, and then we're gonna do some flowers on the side there. 811, a psychological horror game. Okay, okay. Sorry, my overlay is screwed up and the chat is not really showing up in the thing. I think I have it linked to my other Twitch account, and I'll figure that out later. But I'm just gonna leave it for now if you guys don't mind. I can at least get it out of the way so it doesn't look awkward there. So, gotta go. Right on, Greg. Thanks for tuning in, bud. Have a fantastic day. I hope you stay creative and make some good music and do some good writing. Thanks for joining, boss. Psychological horror game. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued, Caesar Salad. What is it? What platform is it on? All I have is Nintendo Switch. I'm going mentally clinically. What's so good about it? Is it just like really engaging? You just get like sucked in? What's so good about it? The only thing I've played that sounds similar to that is Subliminal, which is super cool. I wouldn't say it's like a horror game. I think it's kind of like a horror game, Subliminal. It is on Twitch? Okay. It's just like really cool art, the characters. That's what you like about it, the art design? Is that the thing? Is that the cool part? I'll have to look it up. Maybe I'll check it out right now. It's called 811. Let's see. Oh, I got Bible verses coming up. Horror game. Where are you watching from, Caesar? Where are you at? Not trying to be creepy. Greg was from France. Caesar loves it. He loves it. Oh, okay. I feel you. That looks like a. It's an indie game, I'm guessing. It looks like an indie game. I'm into that. And it's kind of like a turn based. Estonia. Nice. Damn. You're far away. I'm actually watching a Netflix documentary about the Cold War. Not to bring up like negative topics, but um, you're like Eastern Europe, so I'm getting educated on all of that drama. It's pretty scary. I'm sure it's. Is it scary over there right now, like with the whole conflict? I don't want to get into drama. We don't have to talk about this. Totally shut me off. I just want to make sure you're safe. I'm assuming you are. Um, there's probably enough. There's probably enough space between, but maybe not. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I'm just kind of curious. Just hoping you're safe, boss. Estonia. I've never met anybody from Estonia. What time of day is it over there? Is it like 7 p.m.? 6, 7 p.m.? Dinner time? Yeah, I get that. It's just a lot of crazy things going on that side of the rock. Well, I wish you safety and your family too. I'd like to visit at some point in the future. Maybe not now, but I know that there's some beautiful earth over there, and I do like to travel. So hopefully, I will get to check it out someday. We're just drawing some flowers. 6:31 p.m. Nice. What's for dinner? A big old Caesar salad? I hope so. I hope you get a nice crispy lettuce Caesar salad. Some nice fresh romaine for you. What do you like to eat? Do you really like Caesar salads, or is it just a nice name? I mean, it's kind of a cool name, regardless of whether you eat that or not. I'm not trying to get personal either. I don't want to put you on the spot and make you feel awkward. I'm just chatting. What are you drawing on? You draw on an iPad like me? This is my iPad. It's 13 or an 11 inch. It's the small iPad Pro. Fair enough. Fair enough. You living with family? You living on your own? What's the situation? Oh, really? Drawing on the phone, huh? Nice. Is that pretty hard to do? You just draw with your fingers? Or do you have like a stylus? That sounds challenging. But maybe it's challenging in a good way. Maybe it kind of forces you to simplify and make quick decisions. I could see the benefits of that. I'm just trying to think positive, you know. We're doing like a little gradient here. Gonna kind of shift through. These are zinnia flowers. Just kind of shifting through a gradient of warm colors here. And it's going to be a nice contrast to our sky in the background. We're just mapping it out too. It's not like even close to detail time yet. We're just kind of getting our composition right. Draw with your finger. Oh no, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. English is hard. You're doing better than me. can only speak like half Spanish, so that's the only second language I speak after English. I don't think anybody outside of English speaking countries should give themselves a hard time with English because you guys are doing better than 90% of the United States population. So good on you for even knowing any English at all. What's the language in Estonia? Is it like, do you guys speak Russian? Does Estonia have their own language? Estonian? What's the native tongue? And what languages do you speak? Obviously, I mean, I've had no issue understanding what you're trying to communicate in English, so you are more than efficient, I would say. Estonian. Sorry if I sound ignorant. I don't mean any offense. I'm just a silly American. Sorry about that. I'm showing my true colors here. So you do speak Estonian. That's the language. Or are you making fun of me? I can't tell. I'm sorry. Ignorance is not always so blissful. Estonian, English, and some Spanish. Okay. Is Estonian similar to Russian? Like, does it have similar consonants? Cool, good. I'm glad you have a sense of humor. That'll be good if you're gonna watch any of my streams, because I can't help but laugh. Humor is kind of like the remedy for suffering in life, and I think it's necessary. I think it's our only hope is to be able to laugh and laugh at ourselves. You gotta have a sense of humor. It's the only way. Trying to decide. I need to add zinnias. I need to add, what other flowers? Daisies, I think. Zinnias. Gotta look at my notes. My client notes. Similar to Finnish. Okay. Interesting. Do you travel a lot? Like, have you ever been to Finland? Been on crack. Is it similar to like Spanish and Portuguese, where like if you speak Portuguese, you can kind of understand Spanish, but like just because you speak Spanish doesn't mean you understand Portuguese. It's like Portuguese is like a warped version of Spanish almost. On crack. What's the crack, as they would say in Ireland? What's the crack? How's it going? What do you do for work? Or are you a student? Or what's your situation? Are you a streamer? going to make this one a daisy. A little daisy. So we're just going to kind of rough it out. Yeah, I mean, honestly, what you just described about language is similar even within the same languages. Like, I can go to Ireland and not understand um, what they're saying. And same with Spanish. Like, I've been to the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, like Mexico, and then I went to Ecuador last year, and the Spanish they speak is like entirely different. They have different words that mean different things, and like people look at me weird. I'm speaking like Mexican Spanish, and then the Ecuadorians are like, "What in the hell are you trying to say?" So I totally get that. You're a student, okay. What makes you not like it? Do you not like? You just don't like going to school, or is it like you don't really want to get into it? Sorry, I didn't read that second half. We don't have to talk about it. I can talk about anything else. We can talk about whatever you may like. We can talk about video games. Do you stream video games yourself? You said you were liking drawing that other video game. Is drawing something that that you do to kind of like meditate or get into a good mindset? Is it just something you do for fun? How long have you been drawing? How long have you been drawing those characters and playing those games? Posted on DeviantArt? Okay, I've never posted on DeviantArt. I've got on there and looked at other people's work, but do you have any sort of following on there, or just kind of like shooting your shot, just trying to put it out there? I'm guessing there's a lot of like similar like fan art on DeviantArt of like people doing characters from video games, kind of like you were talking about. Is that right? What is this Skiba 445? What are you coming on here advertising your shit? Nice, 532. That's awesome, dude. That's really good. That's quite a lot of eyes. Is that is that is that like a live stream platform, DeviantArt? Like, is it similar to Twitch in that way? That's a bot. Yeah, I don't know what the. I don't have time for these bots. I don't need you around here. Do you ever do your own art streams on Twitch? Or are you just here to watch? Oh, okay. So it's kind of like Instagram or Behance or something like that. I gotcha. Very cool. Maybe I'll check it out. Is your name Caesar Salad on that channel as well? On that platform? On DeviantArt? If I go check it out, will I find you there? Let me know. Those kind of look like daisies. Nice, nice. Is 811? Are you like associated with that in any way? Like, are you one of the? Are you part of the people? Oh, well, I mean, if you drop your name on here, maybe I'll go check it out. See what you got. No pressure. No pressure at all, my friend. I appreciate you watching my stream. This is my first art stream ever. I've been doing gaming streams for the last week. I just started. And I've had this Twitch account for like 6 years, but I've never done it. So this is my first official live stream, and you're a part of it. You're a part of the first one ever. So if I ever gain a following or something. Okay, cool. God, I hate that name. It says, your local idiot hunter. I mean, that's kind of funny. So don't be hating. Don't be hating on yourself. You know? It's all love here. It's all love here. I'm just going to write a note to myself to look that up later. I don't want to look it up now because I'm just trying to work on this thing. But what do you think? Is my stream okay so far? Is the sound okay? Does it look okay? What do you think about my overlay that I just made? Is everything looking good on your end? I'm just soliciting free advice from you. Let's see. Got my daisies. I need... What other flowers do I need? Posies. I need posies. A pocket full of posies. What do posies look like? Not Buster Posey. I don't care. Posy flower. Okay, kind of just like a rose. Posy looks like a rose. So maybe I will add I might make that daisy orange. Just like that. Come back here with some highlights. This is just a rough sketch. So if it looks a little rough, that would be why. I'm just trying to get the layout and make it look like a complete composition. Nothing fancy. So if you can kind of see, we got this like all the flowers on the right side. We got the sky in the background. We're gonna have a big tree on the left side. And there's a beekeeper in the back. Just in case you were wondering. Not that anybody asked. Thank you. Thanks. Good to know. I'm glad you like it. I'm going to keep doing it. So I will be back again. I do think I have to go though. I actually stayed on here longer than I intended to, so I hate to cut off this lovely conversation, but I have to go to the gym and then eat lunch because I'm getting hungry and I want to work out before I eat. So, unfortunately, I have to bring this stream to an end and I have to strand you. But hopefully, there's somebody else on here and they can entertain you while I'm gone. I do plan on doing so. I do my gaming streams in the morning, which for you would probably be around like early afternoon or maybe like right after you get off school. Then I also do plan on doing some like live stream painting. So I'll be like painting on a canvas. So if you're following me, then you'll hopefully get notifications for that. That should be a lot more fun when I'm painting on my canvas because those paintings are pretty juicy and interesting. So we'll give it a shot. But I should be back. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you again next time. Caesar Salad. It was a pleasure chatting with you, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And I hope you enjoy playing your games, and happy drawing to you. We'll see you later, friend. Toot-aloo.